president has said. He said all that needs to be said about it. But let me look to the question of demarketing, because that must be a dangerous concept in the quest that you are all in APC. What can you say to that, the demarketing of, the allegation of the demarketing of the APC candidate?
You see, Mr. President, in his speech yesterday, which I listened to, expressed concern about the hardship Nigerians are going through as a result of this redesign. Also assured the Nigerians that this pain will be short-lived. As to the effect of this redesigning of the banknotes.
The social effect of it.
Social effect and the political effect of it. I think we are not unmindful of it. But what we are saying is that that was not the intention.
Okay.
And that it cannot be the intention.
Okay.
Why will I, as a government that is living, create hurdles for who is going to succeed me? Does it make sense?
Well, it doesn't.
Exactly. And this is the way I think we should look at it. And that is the way it is that we are looking at it. Because, like I keep saying again, you don't have as much to lose as I have. If APC does not succeed itself,
Indeed.
So why would I then?
So it's a matter of people not understanding,
even from our own
what's going on.
Enlightened self-interest.
Okay.
For presidents, enlightened self-interest. For the government's enlightened self-interest. For the parties, we must all work for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Okay. Mr. Mohammed in Abuja, good morning to you, sir. Thank you for holding on.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir.
Greet the minister.
Yes.
Yeah, and I have 3 questions for him.
Okay.
Number one is that I believe the minister is a lawyer by profession, even though he's a minister of information, but he's a lawyer. I know, I saw his CV once, he's a lawyer. What is his comment on the judgment of Supreme Court concerning this Naira note design? The Supreme Court say status quo should remain, that till 22nd of February, before they make their own judgment available to all. Why did the president go against the Supreme Court judgment? That is number one question. Number two, why is he, since he said that he's a chief of staff to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what is he doing not following Bola Ahmed Tinubu in everywhere? The speaker is the number 3 man in the country, but he leaves his job following the Bola Ahmed Tinubu everywhere. The Ahmed Lawa is number 2 man in the country, following, because we know the president said that the vice president and boss Mustafa, they are the ones to work for government. Why is he, even if he's saying that he's attending to this image, whatever, in the Ministry of Information, the FAMSEC can do that, even if he's not around. That is number 2 question. Number 3 question, why is the policy now? Why now? Why are they targeting the policy now? Why are they doing it now if they don't have the intention? As he's saying that it's a conspiracy theory. So maybe something is cooking somewhere. Why now? That is our own question. Why are they doing it now?
Maybe something is cooking.
Why didn't they do it 2019?
Okay.
Why didn't they do it 2019? Why now? Let him answer it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mohammed. First of all, I think the question about the Supreme Court.
Oh, okay, Supreme Court first.
And,
okay, that's why I started from you being a lawyer.
Yes. I think that question will be better addressed by the Attorney General of the Federation.
Okay.
2, you said our Chief of Staff Bola Ahmed Tinubu, where am I in his campaign? And that is number 2.
That's the one I wanted you to really.
Yes.
I knew you
and I would say,
to.
Mr. Mohammed, I do not know at which point you joined this conversation. If you joined this conversation at the beginning, I made it clear that not only have I been physically present in at least about 5 or 6 campaigns in Lafia, in Katsina, in Ilorin, in Lagos, and even yesterday in Ibadan. But that have devoted the last 3 months from October 8 to creating a platform where every minister of this administration comes to give his scorecard. And that is another form of campaign. Because if you are coming from your position, you can tell the world what you are going to do so that they can vote you in. But if you are being in power, you must tell them what you have done. Right. And what I've organized, and I say with pride and gratitude to God, that 25 ministers have given their account of stewardship on this platform, and this has gone a long way to debunk the notion that this government, this party, has nothing to campaign with.
No, okay.
Thank you. Now, the third one, I think he asked about why now, why now? And I think again, Mr. Mohammed had been listening. He had joined us earlier and said the coincidence might look, fishy or suspicious. But look at it. It is not in our interest to sabotage
the aspirations of Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Look, if there's a hostile takeover, what do I mean by hostile takeover? If any party, apart from APC, comes, it's a hostile takeover. You know what happens in a hostile takeover? The first person they behead are the heads of the former corporation. Okay. They will not go to Mr. Mohammed there. They'll come to me. Mm-hmm. So it's not. I mean, honestly.
So no matter what it looks like to those people out there, you are saying that
no.
People
and that is why up till today we will continue to work to the last minute to ensure Bola Ahmed Tinubu is elected president of the federal government. And by the grace of God, before the end of this month, we'll all be celebrating and jubilating.
Okay. Honorable Segun Olulade, thank you very much for holding on. This time, you're reaching us from Ibadan. Good morning to you, sir. What are you doing in Ibadan, may I ask?
Yeah, we just had our campaign yesterday in Ibadan, and I'm there now.
Oh, okay.
Just to come back to Lagos to Abuja. What I'm saying now, sir, I want to ask a question. Honorable Minister, sir, good morning, sir.
Morning.
I want to ask you, let's leave Bola Ahmed Tinubu out of this. Let us face the reality. Number one question I would like to find out from you is that, is there any plan on ground for interim government? This is not to sabotage Tinubu, but to sabotage Nigerians. Number two is the fact that why people are of great concern about the monetary policy that Mr. President is pursuing with Emefiele. Why is it now? Because in 2019, the vice president was seen distributing money all over the country on the platform of issue of money, federal money, and so on and so forth. So for me, if there is no conspiracy theory, as we want to believe, there is none.
Okay.
The issue here is that is it clear that these policies are targeted to the market, not only Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but also Mr. President himself.
Okay, Honorable Olulade, just in case anybody forgot, you are a member. First of all, you're a former member of the Lagos State House of Assembly. You are a member of APC, but you still have these concerns. I just wanted to put that in perspective for Alaji too.
Honestly, Olulade, I'm glad I'm speaking to you, and I hope you have been following this conversation. Number one, what would the president benefit from not supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu? What would the party benefit from not supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu? What will I
To the first question, what would the president benefit from, as you said? There are those who are saying that, well, Mr. President simply is not interested. He's always said, vote for whoever you want. Just go there and vote for
Mr. Fulani, Mr. President wears two caps. One, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Second cap, leader of APC.
Okay.
When Mr. President is addressing Nigerians, he has no choice than to tell them to say vote for the candidate of your choice. Mr. President cannot, as president of Nigeria, say you must vote for APC. If he does that, it means he's only president of APC.
Well, but he's saying it now in the campaign season.
But when he goes to the rostrum,
okay,
at the appropriate platform, when he puts on the cap of leader of the party, he says, "This is my successor."
Yes, he has said that. But so people have to understand that.
Yes,
they have to understand the dual role.
I'm sure they do, but they are being mischievous.
Mr. George,
with due respect.
Good morning to you, sir. Good morning, Mr. George.
Good morning, Uncle Yori, and good morning to the Honorable Minister.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Uncle Yori, there is a saying that action speaks louder than words. What the Honorable Minister is saying right there does not seem to tally with the actions that we are seeing. That is why you see people calling and repeating the same questions, because they are not getting answers to the real questions. Now, the minister said he has attended 6 rallies. I've seen him only on 2, the one in Nasarawa and the one in Kwara. He is from Kwara, and we expected him to be in the forefront, but he's not. I remember at that Kwara rally, the judge showed him for about 10 seconds. He did not say anything. What do you read to that? Now, Uncle Yori, Alhaji Lai Mohammed is the Minister of Information. Under his watch, 98% of the media houses in Nigeria are attacking Tinubu against the ethics of the profession. They are attacking his person. We are not seeing sanctions against them. If you were in my position as a political watcher, what would you believe? What would you say? We are aware that this same president was to contest in 2019. The National Assembly presented the amended Electoral Act before him, before the election came up. He didn't sign it because he knew the implications it will have on his election. But when his successor is about to come, we are seeing naira change. We are seeing all sorts of,
fuel scarcity,
bureaucratic things that will put impediments on the way.
Okay, Mr. George, I think enough said. Thank you, sir, for calling in.
Well, thank you, Mr. George. I beg to say that you are wrong on all fronts. Number one, I was not in Kwara State for 10 seconds.
No. He's probably talking about the television cut.
It's not even then, because I was right in front with the president, with Ashwaju, and I was at the airport to receive Ashwaju, and I was there days before.
Okay.
Because the people you saw there that were mobilized, they did not come or jump from the trees. 2, Mr. George, I was in Katsina. Mr. George, I was in Lagos rally. Mr. George, I was in Ibadan yesterday.
Yes.
So,
can you fathom any reason as to why people are calling in and saying that, Alhaji, you've been scarce?
No,
is it mischief? That
I wouldn't know.
No,
Some might be honest.
Because it keeps on coming up.
No,
that, Alhaji, where have you been?
And then I went back again to say at the beginning of this matter, no administration has done what I have done, as Minister of Information and Culture, to create a platform.
Okay, the scorecard.
Platform. none to campaign for my party. And when I campaign for my party, what am I campaigning for?
Yes, but it wasn't understood. It was thought that, as you said, scorecard 8 years of President Muhammadu Buhari, that's one thing. Project Tinubu is another thing.
They are inseparable. Please, Mr. Polani, it's one thing if Ashwath Bola Tinubu was contesting on an independent platform.
Which he is not.
Which is not available. It's a different thing if he was coming in from another party, say Labour. Then he can now base his campaign on what he's going to do. But if your party has spent 8 years in power, and you cannot tell me what they have done, why should I vote for you?
Okay.
So what I've been doing is equivalent of political rally, and I've done 25 of them.
And this effectively should be seen as campaigning for Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Absolutely. Let me just ask the last question.
Okay.
You said 98% of the media houses are against Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What have I done?
Well,
wait a minute. I'm Minister of Information and Culture, and I think when you talk about the media, you have the private media, which is probably 80% of the media we have today in Nigeria. You have the social media, and I want you to please go to NBC and find out what they have done in trying to curtail, fake news.
Okay.
What I have done in trying to curtail fake news. What I have done in trying to return sanity into the media, space. But if I am Minister of Information and 98% of the media is against APC, they are against me. And where is Mr. George? When for the last 8 years, I've been fighting against fake news, I've been fighting against disinformation, I've been fighting against hate speech to the extent that I started an advocacy against fake news.
Okay. Mr. Joshua in Ogun State. Good morning, sir.
Oh, okay. Uncle Yori, good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
I greet the minister, sir.
Yeah.
I want to commend the minister coming from a different angle. He's a strategist. Unfortunately, Nigerian politics is grassroots politics. I think that's the issue. So we should understand with the people. You are a strategist. Of course, you have to put forward the scorecard of the administration. That's a good one. The area I want to briefly just ask him to look at is that he's concentrating too much on Aso Rock. This policy is coming from CBN. CBN are governor. He's a governor. CBN now, but the guy, they suffer us. And we, right? Now, inside Aso Rock, everybody should be vigilant. I will just finally say, Nigerians, please, don't let us riot. If they want us to fight, it is to bring in interim government. Don't let us fight.
All right,
let
then.
us be patient.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joshua, calling in from Irewole. That's the one thing we missed out. This whole charge, fifth columnist, whatever, there's a grand design to make us end up with an interim government. Maybe you have any comment on that before we close?
Mr. Polari, there will be no interim government. Mr. Polari, Ashwath Bola Ahmed Tinubu will win this election. Mr. Polari, APC will succeed itself. And there's no clear indication that there will be no interim government, and we have no intention of staying one day extra. And the fact that we have already constituted a transition committee.
That's right.
And that
Mr. President has done
by the grace of God, would hand over to the APC candidate. No matter the conspiracy theories all around. And
having won at the polls, of course, which you're taking for granted. This is what you're taking for granted.
We will win at the polls because we are working to win at the polls. The presidential candidate is everywhere. He has campaigned more than any other candidate.
That is a fact.
The government is totally behind him.
We're going to have to leave it there, Elijah.
My country people, waiting I think about this video with your pre-console. This is don't regret finish. Make everybody choose good, otherwise everybody go enter hunger. This naira we will not dey see so. We will look for attire no, because we no know where they go. So hunger don full everywhere. Scatter don do everywhere. I no too much talk for this one. Na at least I just lis ten to the wetin dey talk. Make na leave una comment wetin una think about this video, because I don talk.